Good evening, everyone. It's Monday night yet again, and welcome once again to the Tilton Talk Show with myself, Paul Hipkiss. We're sponsored by AMG Logistics, and tonight I'm joined by Mr. Road Mark Adams.
Hello, Paul. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's okay.
Mr. Fixter Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday.
The main man and the producer, Mr. Chris Brown.
Good evening and welcome.
And last but by no means least, the chairman, Mr. Alan Watson.
Good evening, everybody.
So we have no Claire tonight due to a family bereavement today, so a funeral, and we wish Claire and her family all the best today and send all our love. And Mark Meredith, he's on his way back from Mardi Gras, I believe, so he's not going to be joining us either. That's a poor excuse, but There you go.
Shouldn't be allowed. I mean, I think we should dock him at least a week's salary for not turning up.
I think that's the third time he's done a runner now, isn't it, this season?
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be a docking wages.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, you can't get the staff. But back-to-back wins anyway for Blues, and 2 clean sheets, one after the other, and pretty much job done now, isn't it, Craig? I think the promotion bus is starting to rev up, isn't it?
I don't know about revving up. The engine's been running for a few weeks, but no, I mean it was job done. But I will say, Wycombe made very, very tough going in the second half, and in fact, I think there were at times where I've got to say, I know we took our foot off the pedal, but they were the better team. They had opportunities, and actually towards the end of the game, I was sitting there biting my nails a little bit because I actually thought they could sneak that equaliser, but. Firstly, we broke him down as we expected. It was going to be tough to start off with. Then we broke him down. I thought led down the wing again was a danger, and actually now he's going to be a bit of a miss. Hopefully not out too long. But then once we got that goal, it was okay. Can we go out get another one? And we seemed to just really ease off. And second half. Didn't get out of second gear, but that was a little bit worrying. But then to go down with the injuries that we have, I mean, God, we were only saying the other week how lucky we've been with injuries, and now we're looking, I want to say an injury crisis, but we don't know how long Allsop's going to be out for. We don't know how long Laird's going to be out for. Hopefully, for both of them, it's short term. But then when you put it on top of all the others that we've had as well, and they're silly little niggling injuries. He just not overly concerned, but he does, soon begins to mount up. And I think, these players now are also thinking we've got a final to go into in a few weeks' time, so they're going to want to be back and fit for that. And my only concern is, we don't want to rush players back too early. Them saying that they're ready to go and actually they end up breaking down again because it'll do us no favours. But all in all, would I have thought we would be saying at this stage of the season we were 12 points ahead? I honestly didn't think at this stage we would be. At the end of the season, yes, but now it's incredible. It's incredible to think play that game in hand, get that win, and 15 points clear of second spot, 18 points clear of third, Forget starting the bus or revving the engine. Let's just fill the bus at that particular point in time, because I think we're a matter of weeks away now before we get that promotion. And go back to that record that I mentioned last week. Quickest team to get promoted, I believe, was the end of March. Oh. So if we look at the way things go and results do go our way, actually for us, it could be by mid-March. It's near enough certain. So let's go for that record as well. We seem to be breaking every other one, but knows wants to walk away and think, do you know what, we've done a job on them, and away we go.
I think all along I've said, haven't I? I think we'll win it by double points, and the main reason I've said that is not just because of our first 11, but also our second 11 as well. I think our second 11 would finish probably second in this league as well. So we're just far superior and far too good for every other team in this division. And I think I said before, didn't I? It's a bit like PSG in France, isn't it? And it's just nice to go down there, isn't it, every week and come away with the 3 points every week, more or less. We've only had a few draws at home as well. So let's get the season done now and let's get unbeaten at home. That'd be good. I don't know if we've ever done that in our entire history.
You mentioned PSG, but Isn't it us, PSG, and Liverpool are the only teams now not to have lost at home?
European football, possibly. I've not seen PSG. I've seen Liverpool.
No, you're right. It was
Liverpool.
PSG.
Liverpool lost to Forest. I think
Burnley. I think Burnley's the other one.
Oh, is it
Burnley's the other one at the moment.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, as for the injuries, and we'll do it again. We'll start with Wycombe and work our way back then. And the Wycombe game, I thought, first half, that was some of the best stuff I've seen us play. It was enjoyable to watch. We were creating chances. We scored a great goal with Dowell as well, which was disallowed, obviously, for offside. But that would have been some goal if he was onside. Not arguing, I think he was offside. If that red card was given against our player, that challenge on Laird, I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't have been happy at all.
No, harsh, very harsh.
I thought it was. I thought it was a yellow. And it's hard to tell, isn't it, in the moment. But when you see it back, I thought it was harsh. But the referee's only got that split second, hasn't he, to make the decision. And obviously the way Laird went down as well. And, it was his momentum and his pace that made him roll over about 12 times. Not that he was making a meal of it or anything, I didn't think. And their player didn't get the ball. He was late, but I just thought it was a stonewall yellow. But we'll take it, won't we? Because we've had enough go against us that, to think that the challenge on Iwata at Huddersfield wasn't a red and that one on Laird just sums up the officiating in this division, doesn't it, Mark Adams?
Yeah, like I say, Paul, that's one of the reasons I can't wait to go up is to get away from this standard of refereeing, to be fair.
It ain't much better in the Championship, though, is it?
I don't think it's much different as soon as you get promoted.
I thought last year's was pretty bad, but this is a whole new spectrum. It's just unreal, some of the decisions, some of the officiating. But yeah, going back to the actual game, I thought Wycombe got into it as the game went on. I thought the first half an hour we could have had 2 or 3, I think.
We should
I was looking at them thinking, how was this lot second? But fair play, they stuck at the task and they sort of they had to go second half a little bit. But yeah, we're going to win the league. We know we're going to be champions. I think we just need to sort of really manage the squad now and wrap them up in cotton wool a little bit. It doesn't matter about scoring 3 or 4 now. It's just getting the points, circling the date on our calendars when we're going up. And wrapping up, like I say, with Wembley coming up, we don't want to needlessly sort of risk people because you'd hate to rush people and possibly miss out on a one and only chance to play at Wembley. But yeah, we've got enough in the tank, and like Craig said, we've got in reserve. Our reserve side, like I say, if we put a B team in the league, we'd be first and second, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I just thought the atmosphere is a bit flat again. I don't know if it's complacency or what, but it's really weird. The better we are, the quieter we get.
Yeah,
I think it's the time of day, Mark, as well. The 12:30.
Yeah. There is that as well. It is half 12.
Yeah, the fireworks for a 12:30 kickoff. You can hardly even see them, can you?
No,
it's like having a sparkler coming off the pitch, that was. It was just like, in fact, you'd have probably seen a sparkler more.
I'm not moaning about them or anything, don't get me wrong. I love all the razzmatazz before kickoff. I think it's great, but I just think the fireworks in broad daylight, that's all. It's just better of a night, isn't it? That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I know. Mind you, normally the away fans bring a bit of atmosphere, but they were silent, weren't they, Wycombe? They were terrible.
Yeah, but no, talking about our squad and, let's say Laird's out tomorrow, and Stamstead comes in or Bielik comes in and plays right back again. I think, Alan, I've got no problems with that. My only concern is the goalkeeper. If Allsop's out, then that is, and no disrespect to Peacock Farrell, he has made good saves at times, but I do think that is a big downgrade, isn't it, in the goalkeepers from Allsop to Peacock Farrell, with all due respect to him. What do you think, Alan?
I'm going to pinch. I listened to the Keep Right On podcast this afternoon, and I'm going to pinch something they said.
Other good blues podcasts are available, I'm sure,
Yeah, that's right, yes, including this one. Yeah. But those two both agreed that we would lose the skill of the goalkeeper with his feet, which is, he's vastly superior to. We wouldn't lose anything with the goalkeeping bit. Peacock Farrell has been, after his shaky start, and he was left out, and he's played all the cup games. I don't have any lack of confidence in him anymore. Like the Wigan goal went through his legs. I don't see him doing that kind of thing. but I don't see him pinging the ball, 60 yards to the wingers, on a pinpoint, which Ryan does. So I'm not too concerned. I disagree with you slightly about the referees. We've since we had Drysdale against Cambridge, and he gave 2 penalties, which we wouldn't have got a month before that. You had to have been shot to get a foul.
He was the best referee we've had this season against Cambridge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the 2 red cards, again, I don't think they would have been given. Now, it might have been fortunate on Saturday, it might not. But at least the bloke had balls to do it.
Yeah.
The bloke, whatever damage he did, his intent was to take him out. You're going no further, son, wallop. And that is a red card. But what damage he did is irrelevant. You could have missed him. And if he went in like that, it would have been serious offence. So that, I just hope that continues. But we're still getting injuries. Again, the good thing is that when you look at what's not available and you look at what's suddenly becoming available again, it all seems to, we're not going to be missing, we're not going to have a serious situation where we're really missing somebody in a key position. We've got 2 right backs to pick from who haven't played much. We've got a winger just coming back to fitness to replace, to fill in that gap. And we've got a goalkeeper that's adequate to fit into that place. So it's almost, it's difficult to say whether that's luck or good management. And I suspect it's good management. That's why we've got such a big, deep squad, because, we're in, we've played 31 home league games and a dozen cup games, 40-odd games. That's a season, and we've got 14 to go. So whatever decisions were taken at the start of the season, they were taken with the knowledge that this was going to happen. And we've made the right decisions, and that people they might not be what we want, but they're there. They're not going to let us down. No. We're not going to get overrun by somebody. If somebody beats us or even gets a point, it's their cup final, isn't it? Oh, nobody's going to score 3 or 4 goals against us because we are short of players. Because we're not short of players. We've got replacements. And I take, again, I don't mind saying this every week, I take my hat off to the manager because he seems to get everything right.
Yeah. I agree with all of that, Al. Apart from the goalkeeper, I am not sat there as comfortable watching us with Peacock Farrell in goal as I am with Allsop. I just think Allsop is so much more commanding. He commands his box so much better.
Absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't argue with that, Paul. But what I'm saying is, Peacock Farrell has got over his yips, if you like, and he's an adequate replacement. I'm not saying he's as good as the other bloke. He's not. No. But we've got a reasonably reliable player to slot in there. Anyway, he might have a nightmare. Who knows? We know he's capable of that.
Yeah, obviously, I hope he doesn't.
No.
If he plays tomorrow night, I hope he has I hope he don't have a save to make, obviously. But if he does, then I hope he makes it well and he has a good game for us, But I just think it's Allsop's presence as well. He's a bigger guy, isn't he? And he's more commanding, like I've said. And his passing as well. He's just outrageous for a goalkeeper as well. I mean, it's unbelievable, that pass to Gardner Hickman and the way he chested it and volleyed it. I mean, it deserves to just go flying in the top corner past the keeper without their keeper touching it, didn't it, really? But, saying that, I thought he'd saved it for a second. But
yeah, I didn't think that would go in.
No, thankfully he did, and he deserved to, didn't it?
He summed it up as well, didn't he, when he turned around and said, there are times it's like having Beckham playing in goal, because that shows you the ability that Allsop has on the ball. But I can't help but I guess feel the same as yourself, Paul. I think Peacock Farrell is a decent keeper, right? We would not have signed him for the club if we didn't see the potential in him. My concern is every game that I've seen him in, he seems to have a moment, and those moments have, on many occasions, led to goals, and that's my only concern. But then that's where our defence steps up, because they did it on Saturday. The one thing I noticed, as soon as he came on the pitch, they knew he hadn't been for a warm-up. They knew he was going to have every ball possible put at him. And that's sure enough what Wycombe went on to do. But the defence, they protected him. They went into that, nothing's going to get past us mode to give him that opportunity near the goal. So I guess we're hoping that I'll see exactly the same tomorrow, because I don't think we'll see Old Top tomorrow evening. I also, and I hope it's not the case, I don't think we'll see him on Saturday. I think it'll be at least a couple of weeks before we see him again.
I was going to sorry to put in, Craig. Has anyone heard any news on how he's likely to be?
They don't release any, do they?
No.
Chris Davies is not forthcoming at all, is he, with any injured player?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if Stansfield's back involved tomorrow. I'm not saying he'll start, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the bench.
On the bench.
Same here. I like. There's part of me that likes the fact that when we look at the injuries and we look at long-term injuries or rest of the season, they've gone public, haven't they? It hasn't gone necessarily direct from the club, but there's an announcement. So Brian Dick confirmed people being out for the rest of the season. He also confirmed the injury to Dykes that's likely to keep him out of the final. So when you hear that sort of information, you can kind of say, okay, yeah, that's got to have come from inside the club. But those when they're not, I like the fact that we don't hear. And the reason is, any team that's coming to play us, so take tomorrow night, they're going, have they got Stansfield or haven't they? How are they going to set up? Because it's just that's the key thing for me. If you keep them in the dark, no team can be fully prepared to play against the Birmingham side when they're completely in the dark around the players we have or haven't got available. No. So it's a perfect tactic for me. I think it's really clever. I wish we'd have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, no, 100%. But in any league, anyway, at any level, no matter how much money you've spent, to get what we've done so far and break that record of, it's 32 games we've played, isn't it? And in the entire history of League One, I've just got it here, 76 points we've got. So, that's a record. And at any level, that's an amazing achievement. So well done to the lads for doing that so far. And now let's go and, I think we can get 118 points of possibility, isn't it, between now and the end of the season?
Yeah.
So let's go and get as many of them as we can. It'd be nice to get 110, wouldn't it, to get like triple figures, if you like.
Do you know what? I just wanted to get 107 because that's the record's 106. We seem to be beating everything else. So let's just go for the 107. Don't break your backs, but
let's go for the 117.
Have 118, wouldn't you?
Let's go for the 118. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Every game.
Reach for the stars and you'll get to the moon.
For you. If Wrexham and Wycombe continue at the same rate of points collection as they are at this moment, we only need 14 points.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Sorry, Chris, was you going to say something, mate?
No, I was just going to say, reach for the stars and you'll get to the moon,
I think you're going to burst into song then.
Reach for the stars.
I'll start him off. Look, even the chairman knows the dance.
Yeah. For the stars.
He does that.
Yeah. We've got less people on tonight, Chris, so I'll ask your opinion for a change. Where are you at with it all, mate? Did you go to the game on Saturday?
I didn't go to the game, no. I was dog sitting, then I was babysitting.
Oh, okay. So, but you enjoyed this season so far? I know you've been a fair few times, haven't you, this season?
I think it's a great season. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, there's going to be no complaints from me and from... Has any Blues fan complained about this season?
It's still the season. I'll tell you what I do get fed up of hearing when I come out of the ground. Oh, we've only scored one goal.
Oh, yeah.
For God's sake, you score one and don't concede, you win a game. Who cares?
Yeah. No,
we're not quite the leading goal scorers, are we? But our goal difference is massive compared to anybody else's. What's the complaint?
No.
You know, that's... And if we were using goal average like we used to, it would be a farce. It wouldn't even be a contest anymore.
If you go on social media after a game, at least 15% of the comments will be moans.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I don't get it.
And
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I can't
Jason
understand it.
Hughes has just put on the message board. We've only conceded something like 4 goals in the last 16 home games. No one gets near our goal. So it's that, and it's with thanks to the beasts that are Clara and Davies.
Yeah.
I describe Clara as a beast.
Oh, yes.
That guy is unreal.
Yeah.
Not just for this league, but actually, do you know what? He could hold his own in the Premiership. I don't think there's any doubt in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
And
He's going to be a legend, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's along the same, you know, when you look at him and the way he plays, he just so reminds me of the way Liam Daesh was. Nothing was going to get past him, and he'd head anything that was put in front of him. And got to love that. But then the other thing is now, as a club, we've got to look to make sure that we keep these players. Maybe even do we need to tie them down a little bit further? Do you know what do we see happening? And that'll be the interesting thing in the summer, because I think without fail, people are going to come for these players, and we've got to hold on to them.
And manager.
Yeah. And on that, Samstead, I don't know whether people have seen this. Well, I don't know whether it's speculation or whether there's truth in it, but apparently we've enacted the contract, so we sign him permanently. People's thoughts on that? Because from what I haven't seen too much of him to say whether I think he's going to be absolute standout. But when he has played, FA Cup game really, I think rings a bell for me more. But he wasn't spectacular, but then he wasn't the worst.
Yeah, he's never let us down, hasn't he?
He's going to be a squad player, isn't he? I would have thought. I don't think he'll be a regular starter. I could be wrong. He could get the shirt next season at right back. I don't know, but obviously Laird has improved massively. Certainly since the Wigan game up to now, I think Laird has really improved his game from what it was before. But obviously the Championship is a whole new level, isn't it? Next season, so let's see. Obviously, what players are obviously living up to the expectations, because the expectations, I think, will be at least top 10, won't it? If not top 6.
Yeah.
They're not going to hold back. They're going to want to go hell for leather, I think, next season. Yeah. Bill Minch just passed comments as well. Who would have seen this play? Who would have seen this play out after our first pre-season losing 1-5 in Germany? And we were all going, "Oh my God, look at this!" But just shows.
I'll hold my hand up for that. Said it was shocking. I mean, everybody said, "Oh, it's only a friendly." We still played badly. So it was shocking.
Yeah.
Tom Kavanagh said that we should take Clara to the Oval Office. He would have made Trump. No, I can't repeat the rest. But yeah, that's just he probably would.
He probably would have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. If he says it's Monday, isn't it? I mean,
you're not going to.
I think about Samstead when he's played. I tell you, this is a backward compliment, really. You know, the game's going on 20 minutes, and you think, well, who's playing right back? And he hasn't done anything wrong. You know, you've forgotten that your normal right backs aren't there, and he's played and he's done perfectly well. Yeah. And you know, has been left out for another month, and he's come back and he's had another game, and again he's done perfectly well. He's a good player. You know, it's unfortunate that he would have probably had more games had we not decided to stick Bielik in there to get him in the side. We needed him in the side, so we can't break this central partnership up now. So we'll stick him at right back. And he had probably more games there than he's probably had at centre half this year. But Samstead has been sidelined because of that. Had they not done that, they said, well, we just pick the best 2 centre halves and the best right back. He would have been in for some time, but they didn't. They put Bielik in, and Bielik did very well. It's unfortunate. That's the way it goes, isn't it? But fair play to him when he has come in.
Yeah. I watched the goal of the month video earlier for February, and I had to laugh because every other goal we scored was great, and I felt sorry for every other player that did that, that scored their great goals the same month as Iwata against Newcastle. because it's just no contest, isn't it? I think that's the greatest goal ever scored, Andrews.
Well, if the goalkeeper hadn't got a hand to it on Saturday, that would have been in the contest, wouldn't it? I mean, it was. I know it's March, but we seem like we have a worldie every week.
I know, yeah.
I know.
How long have we been crying out for that, though? How many times did we come on here and go, we just want him to shoot?
Yeah.
Now we want him to shoot because we want to see how good the goal could potentially be. And it's just daft.
Ironic, isn't it? We were happy if it went in off a dog running on the pitch, but now we want worldies.
You ain't got to go back many years when we went a whole month without scoring, and our player of the season, left us in January. God bless him. Matija Sarkic was player of the season, and he left us just after Christmas, didn't he? Because he got injured.
Yep.
So we've come on leaps and bounds, haven't we, in the last sort of few years now? In the last 8 since United took over.
It'll be interesting what happens for when because we signed Newman, haven't we? The centre off, so that's straight away a competitor for a place.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting what happens.
Yeah.
Jason's just confirmed that the deal was that we would sign him if we didn't get relegated. Now we're unable to get relegated officially, so therefore it enacts the contract.
Oh, is that right? From League 1 to League 2, you mean?
Yeah. Scary, isn't it, really? Come on, let's face it. We knew that was if that would have happened, then we've done something seriously wrong.
Whoever put that clause in his contract doesn't follow football, do they?
Either that, or it's a very clever agent thinking to themselves, "I'm getting a permanent move."
I think that might be the case. Yeah.
So I think we've covered Wycombe pretty well, haven't we? Now let's go back to Leyton Orient last Tuesday night, and it was great to see. Taylor Gardner-Hickman get himself off the mark for us, wasn't it? Not long after signing permanently as well, and he's turned into a bit of a cult hero, isn't he? He's getting his own chant going, and fans are singing his name, and obviously he's scored in back-to-back games now. And I quite like him off the left, Craig. What do you think?
Confidence, sheer and simple. The more he's played, the more confidence he's got, and he comes into the game. And his movement against Leyton Orient was phenomenal throughout the whole of the game. And to get that first goal, I think, was just a weight off his shoulders, and the celebration was great because you could sense that he really, really wanted it. And I think when you think about Saturday, actually, I don't think he'd have had the confidence to do what he did on Saturday if he hadn't have scored last week. So that's the area from that, and what he did was just absolutely superb. And again, this was another team that came in with the form table was looking and going, oh, here we go, second versus first in terms of form. How's this going to go? And then look what happened. And then Saturday, second versus first, and look what happened. And we go into tomorrow night. It's first versus second again in terms of form. So let's hope that we continue this. But the key thing we've made with Leyton Orient was the continual pressure. Despite the fact of the way the circumstances were, I thought Laird, there were times when, I'm not going to lie, he frustrated the life out of me because we were just going, put the ball in, just cross the ball.
Yeah.
And he kept cutting it back. And that became a little bit frustrating. But his movement for the goal was superb. And I think it was well deserved by the time we got to the end of it. But again, this is another player that we were all talking about going, oh, is he good enough? And all of a sudden, gets on a run of games, gets himself involved with goals, and his confidence has gone through the roof. So, what can I say? I think after Tuesday, a lot of people were going, that's it now. In fact, there was one bookies that actually paid out on Birmingham being champions after the Leyton Orient game.
Yeah,
so it shows just what people were thinking. But going back on Mark's point from earlier, the atmosphere against Leyton Orient wasn't much better.
No, it wasn't.
We have gone through, and I think part of it is just the like we say as fans, we like to have something to whinge about, and at the moment we've got nothing to whinge about. And actually, when times are hard, that's when Birmingham fans come into their own. So, we're enjoying ourselves at the moment. Come the next couple of games, and when they confirm it, I think the game that it's all confirmed, the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. And that final home game, is just going to be absolutely brilliant. It's going to be buzzing. The whole place will be bouncing. But we do need to bring it back. I'd like a little bit more atmosphere. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be complacent and everything else regarding it. Yes, we're going into games thinking we're going to win. But we still need to back them. So let's get a little bit more. And Anthony Lloyd said the same thing. League atmosphere is terrible. Couldn't disagree. To be honest, Newcastle was the best time. Newcastle's been the best atmosphere for me across the whole of the season.
Yeah, I thought
Bradford was good as well.
Bradford was good. Yeah, Wrexham. I think we rise to the occasions, don't we? And obviously at the moment now, it's just a matter of when, not if, we're going to get promoted. And everyone's enjoying themselves in the ground. Don't get me wrong. I don't think everybody's miserable, but it's just everyone. It's just at the moment, you've got to get the crowd going, obviously, by scoring goals. And Cambridge, for example, 4-0. The atmosphere was probably better that night because we scored 4 goals.
Yeah. And
it's about give and take, isn't it? But the lads are doing a great job. They're just getting over the line. Some of the games, it's a bit of an arm wrestle, and we're just about getting over the line, but we're doing it, and that's all that matters.
How many seasons ago would we have been going, oh, this is terrible this season? We'd have been going, oh, no, we can't carry on like this. And actually, we were playing against teams that were doing what we're doing now, they were doing to us.
Yeah.
We have felt that pain of a team coming and basically scoring a goal and then just having everything to themselves and being in total control. We're not used to that. And let's not think that we're going to go into next season in the Championship thinking that it's going to be the same, because it's not. It's going to be hard.
It's different kettle of fish.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. But do you know what? There's no reason why, like you say, Paul, we can't push on. Go for that top half.
It's hard to judge it now. It's hard to judge, Craig, though, because we're going to be a new team again. We're going to have probably another.
We're going to be revamped, aren't we?
Yeah. We're going to have another probably half a dozen players come and go.
I wouldn't be surprised if deals aren't already done.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't.
Done. Yeah.
I mean, half of this squad, I love them. Character-wise, I absolutely love the characters we've got there. But realistically, it might sound harsh, a lot of them won't be here next season.
No.
They're part of this journey. It'll be finished.
Yeah.
So you're saying half, Paul. This might be a good question, actually. So, if you can only have 6, who would you have
in this team?
Yeah.
What, for next season?
For next season, you could only have 6.
The first thing I'd go for is the spine. So I'd go for Allsop. I'd go for Claret. I'd go for Pake. I'd go for Stansfield. That's the spine, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
And then I'd definitely go Cochrane at left back.
And then you think of the ones you've left out. It's incredible.
Yeah, well,
it's incredible.
I've left out I'm now torn between Ben Davies and Iwata.
Do we see Ben Davies being there next season? Because I've got to be, we've got Newman.
No, I'd sign him, Craig.
I'd love him to stay. I'm not saying I want him to go anywhere. I'd love to sign him, but
I think we'll lose one of the centre halves, and it might be Beeling, it might be Davies.
I think Beeler could be gone.
I think Beeler could be gone.
I think he's probably the most likely, because we could get a few quid for him, and that would help strengthen the pot to buy other players. And we will have our 3, Clara, O'Brien and Newman, as our 3 centre-halves. So if we want to play 3 centre-halves, we can. And if we want to play 2 out of 3, you're sport per choice, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a good question, though, Chris. I think I'm going to go for Iwata, because I think Pake and Iwata are great together. So that's my final answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've left out Anderson. I like Keshi Anderson. I like Williamson when he's on form. He's struggled to get his form back since he's come back from injury, but he keeps being thrown out on the right, which frustrates me. But on Saturday, we almost played with him and Dal, didn't we, as 2 sort of 10 in.
Yeah.
That just
same question to you, Craig. Who would you leave out? I mean, who would be your 6?
I mean, I've got to say, what Paul's just said at the spine, I wouldn't disagree with any of those. I think they've got to keep them
backbone.
I think it's tough though. It's really, really, really tough if you could only keep 6 of them.
Yeah.
it's going to be incredibly hard because we've got players that we've tied into long-term contracts who at the moment can't touch the side or are out with injury. So we have to think about those. But I think I'd stick with the same 6. Definitely Allsop. Even though I'd sign a keeper in the summer, and I would hope that our keeper would be number 1 keeper in the summer.
I was just about to say that. Because Allsop, I love Allsop, but is he 32?
He's getting on, yeah. And I'm not saying he's past it for a goalkeeper because he's probably his prime. Yeah. But I'd still have another keeper.
Sorry, Craig. I'd say can I say a big word? Longevity.
Oh, well done.
Longevity.
I think. Yeah, I mean, someone made a good point earlier. It's gone off my screen now, but if we Bill Mint, if we break up Clara and Davis, we will collapse, and he's got a point because they are literally a pair of human tanks together, aren't they?
That's right.
They feed off each other as well. You can see every time Clara's going forwards, you then got a Davies who is backing him up, and vice versa, and they swap. They don't stick to the same sides when they're in that defensive partnership. They're constantly swapping over and helping each other out.
Yeah. It's hard because I love Cochrane, you see. Cochrane's my player of the season. Yeah. I just think he's 8 out of 10 every week. And he's just brilliant. He really is such a good player. And I can't not take him. Yeah. But it is hard. But do you not take Iwata or Paik?
This is just it. I mean, let's get to the end of the season. How many of our players are going to be in team this season?
Probably none.
Actually, we're talking about the EFL. Yeah, they don't like us.
No.
But no, in all seriousness, like this could be the first time in how many years that we actually see our players in that top of the shop list, because we haven't seen that for, well, have we ever seen it? Have we ever had a player in that final top team for within the EFL?
That we have done in the past in the Championship when we got promoted from it when Bruce
Championship major, yeah.
Well, I forgot his name there. The guy that scored all the goals on the left wing for us who went to Stoke.
Not McSheffrey. Not McSheffrey.
No. When we were in the 3rd division the last time.
Gleghorn.
I think Gleghorn was in.
Was it?
In 1 year. In the 3rd division, I'm sure.
It's generated quite a bit of conversation these days on the message board. So, and it's very, very similar to what we've been saying already. Michael Woods has said it. Allsop, Clara, Cochrane, Paik, Iwata, and Stansfield. There's his 6 to keep. Exactly the same as yours, yeah. But also, as he's put on there, Chris Davies won't be manager. He doesn't think he'll be manager of the season because he keeps on getting overlooked. And I couldn't agree more. I think I cannot. And in fact, I don't want it to happen because there does seem to be this curse of manager of the month that does seem to follow on.
Yeah. The fact that he hasn't won it yet, though.
He hasn't been there. It's immense.
The fact that he hasn't won manager of the month this season yet is unbelievable.
It's incredible.
It is when you've got 18 games without defeat.
Yeah. Let's not tempt fate. Let's not tempt fate. Maybe we don't want him to be.
No, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Give him the pot at the end of the year, manager of the year.
I'll take the last little bit. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll take him as manager. We'll have Allsop in goal as part of it. I think Cochrane will easily make the final 11 for the EFL. In fact, we could probably pick a Blues team that would be in there.
Realistically,
let's wait and see.
There'll probably be a left back who scored from the halfway line or something against Stevenage for Leyton Orient, and he'll take Cochrane's place. But
no, we tend to just lose out on goal of the month to players that actually don't actually score, but it's an own goal instead. That sort of stuff.
That was the first time I've thrown Funbelievable out there for a while, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is. Funbelievable hasn't been in there at all.
Yeah, and even that's Funbelievable.
And I know, yeah, absolutely. So, but what are our thoughts on the red card anyway against Leyton Orient on the challenge on Iwata? Did we think that was a straight red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was dangerous play.
But it wasn't as bad as the one at Huddersfield, was it? Which wasn't even a book. He didn't even book him.
Oh no. It was very similar, slightly less vicious.
Yeah.
But the act was the same. You know, he stamped on his foot.
Yeah.
The difference was he stamped on his foot because he was off balance and wanted to have a punt at the ball. The bloke at Huddersfield didn't want to do any of them things. He wanted to kick him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he did well not to snap his leg in half, didn't he? Really. So, and not Blues related, but as well, I'm glad that Mateta's healthy as well and out of hospital. One of the worst challenges I've ever seen.
That's horrific.
It was just horrendous, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh.
And the Millwall disgrace, what they were chanting when he was down. Absolutely.
It's absolutely unreal. I mean, everybody wants a bit of banter in football, but there's a line, and the line was crossed with that, you know. However, the same song came out from Bradford fans talking about Stansfield.
Yeah, I know.
So, you know, there's always a group of idiots, isn't there, out there that go on to spoil it. And unfortunately, it happened at the weekend. But it was a disgrace, an absolute disgrace.
Shocking challenge, it really was. But yeah, we got any good questions coming in anyway on the shout box? Good evening to everyone on YouTube. Anything coming in, Chris?
There was a mention of Laird. None of us mentioned Laird in our 60 day.
No, if you're going to pick, if you ask me for 8, I might
yeah. It's what
the thing is, it's not half the team we're talking about. It's half the squad. You know, we'll probably 12 or 13 will be retained, and six more added. That takes us up to 19. So there's competition then between the bottom 6 in the squad to keep their place. So we probably would end up with 15, 16 of our squad now. And it's probably more relevant to talk about who wouldn't be. And that'll have more to do with their circumstances rather than their abilities. You know, like Davies is still on loan, and we've got another centre half to come in, and we've got Bielik, and the bloke as a player you'd sign tomorrow, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
However, Rangers now being brought out by yet another American consortium, from what is being reported today. And do you think that will actually play into our favour when it comes to Davies? Is that something, you know, along with the other players that will it all help us?
Having watched them Sunday, the 3 Rangers players on our books will be back in the side next Saturday if we could.
A testimonial's still a thing as well. I've not seen any player have a testimonial for years.
So much these days,
no.
Because
but we know Dukey to have one. I mean, that's what have we? 350 appearances for Birmingham for Djukovic.
That's what I'm getting at. He needs a.
He's not far off his 10 years, is he? Dukey.
No.
I'll give him one.
Pardon?
Well, even a charity game, you know, dress it up as a charity game or something. But he needs something.
Yeah, 100%. He definitely does need to have a testimonial.
Not just a testimonial, but still the only player from Birmingham City Football Club to have appeared on Tilton Talk Show.
A current player. Current player.
He deserves a testimonial just for that.
Just for that, I mean, he had to put up with Robe. So, you know what I mean? If you get a testimonial, Robe can pay for it. So there you go.
I'm sorry to tell him that was it. That was his testimonial, being on the Talk Show.
That's right,
yeah, the ultimate honour.
Biggest privilege ever, that one is.
Yeah.
Blue Nose on YouTube is worried about the gaffer being tempted away.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, to be fair. Not just yet, but I think if he carries on this trajectory,
stop being good.
I can't see him leaving us to go to another Championship or League One club. Definitely not a League One club. I can't see him leaving the Championship either. So unless Spurs come calling or something, then
that's the worry.
But even then, with the journey that our club is on now, you know, I think he's more than content where he is. So it'll take something special to prize him away, I think, now.
But I think you've got to you look at it this way. There's only one way that this club's going up, and that's up. Yeah. You know, it's not going to stay static. The owners will not let it stay static. So, And I think that'll be their concern as well with regards to Davies. Could it be pride away? I think anybody can. Money talks, doesn't it? At the end of the day, but he's got an opportunity here. This is his first proper job. He's got a trip to Wembley already on the cards. Looks as though he's going to get promoted out of the division. Likely to be champions. I mean, wow. Anybody that takes a first job and gets that on their CV is going to be looked at. But also, he can then start demanding a little bit more of the clubs. You know, this is what we want next. This is what we've got to do to take the next step. I think he'll stay a long time. I think, if anything, we'll sign him into a new contract.
I think he's got to prove himself as well at the next level up. You know, there's a big difference between the Championship and League One. You know, for God's sake, Steve Cottrell's got a promotion on his CV out of this division. You know? So he's got to go into the Championship and prove that he can do it at that level as well. Before anybody, I think, at an even higher level looks at him. So I don't
That's
think
a good point, Paul. Yeah. How long has this German got with England? What's his contract worth?
I think it's 18 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that all? Or we could lose him to them in 18 months.
Yeah.
Because to be an international manager, you don't necessarily have to be the greatest Premier League manager in the world. We've seen that. It doesn't work. No. You know, you want something who's new and has got something different to offer. And that's what this bloke has got. As I told you, when I watched that Spurs game, it was like watching us in white shirts. It really was. They move quicker and obviously there's better players. But the style of play that was identical. So his ideas will transfer to a higher level very quickly. Hopefully he'll stay with us certainly till he gets a chance to do it at that level. And then if he does it anything like, well, it'll be 4 or 5 years with us then, and then.
Yeah, I mean,
England is the next step, isn't it? Why would he want to go to Tottenham or Spurs or whatever, Arsenal or whatever, when there'll be an England job sitting there waiting for him? Well, I really think that. I mean, I really think he's that good. I really do.
Yeah,
he does things that no other manager's ever thought of.
Yeah, no, he's certainly showing those signs that he is going to be top class. You know, and I'm really looking forward to next season with him as well in the Championship.
Yeah.
He's got all the ingredients. There's no reason why he couldn't be the new Eddie Howe. You know, managing at that level eventually. Yeah. Hopefully, it's with us. Now, I know Eddie Howe hasn't won a trophy yet, and I hope that does change in a couple of weeks when they play Liverpool at Wembley, because the last English manager to actually win anything, you know, a major trophy, was Harry Redknapp, wasn't it? So there is a real lack of English managers at the top level, isn't there? I think there's 2 now in the league, which is why we've had to turn to a bloody German for the England job, which isn't right either, but that's another story for another day probably. But
Ian Clayton's asked on the message board, this great question this is, does anyone think if we didn't have Davies as the man in charge and he'd taken the reins when he did, would we be where we are now if, for example, we've got Alex Neil?
Oh, I think that some of the managers that failed with us in the Championship, you know, under this regime now, possibly would have got us out of this division. But I'm not going to say Rooney.
No. he got us out of the division above.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. I certainly think John Eustace.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have gone down in the first place, but if we had, he would have done it.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd be running away with it like we are now.
No, that's right.
But I think top 6. I think.
Yeah.
I was interested. Martin Granger last week said that with the team we've got now, we'd only be 10th in the Championship. I was surprised he said that. I would say with the team we've got now, players all fit, we'd be knocking on the playoff door. We'd be in that mix at least. Now, hopefully, we're going to have a better team next year. But I thought I just thought he undersold us a little bit. I think this team would be in contention. Wouldn't necessarily march through it, but we would be one of the major players.
No, it's interesting.
You've always got the money to contend with, haven't you? The team's coming down.
Yeah,
we've decided to match that. When we go up, we will have as much money as those coming down, and so we should be able to compete. And I don't think we, I think even with the players we've got now, we forget how young some of them are. Taylor Swift, as I call him, he's only a kid, really. He's going to improve. How old's Cochrane? We're 23?
20,
yeah.
24, 20, 24, and 24, 25.
And Ethan Laird's only 22 or 3. I mean, there's lots of mileage in the. I mean, that's another part of the skill of managing a club. You get players who are slightly better than everybody else has got, and who are going to improve. So when you go up a league, you get another set of players who are slightly better than everybody else has got, and okay, you have to add to the pile, because that's other players drop off.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the better quality players you sign, the better the players you've got become as well, because they're playing obviously around better players, aren't they? Those that do stay level will get better and better as well. I think eventually we'll have a striker there in Stansfield that could get over 25 goals in the Championship if he's got the right players around him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just going back to Chris Davis. I wonder what the statistics, I can't even say that, are of managers that win this league, and as to where they are the next season. I mean, what are of them staying on with that club? I'll bet you the vast majority move on.
Yeah.
Well, the vast majority don't last, do they?
No.
There's not many people doing Ipswich.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet a lot of them move on because of the success that they had winning that league.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of is sort of maybe Mark Robbins.
Yeah.
Won this league with Coventry, and
Eddie Howe took Bournemouth.
Yeah.
From one to, took them through all the leagues, then up to the Premier League. So, but yeah, I'm also delighted to say we're joined by Will Brazier. Will Brazier's watching us on YouTube. So, good evening, Will. And it'll be great to get you on the show, mate. I enjoying his presenting on the Blues channels and stuff. So, he does all these sort of competitions outside St Andrews, doesn't he? And
yeah.
His own YouTube channel as well. He was on the training ground with Jay Stansfield and Alfie May not too long ago. So, good evening to you, Will. It'd be good to get you on the show, mate. If you're up for it, drop me a message.
Good evening.
Message. So we've got a few fun things tonight, Chris. I believe.
We have got a few. Well, we've got a couple of fun things. For fun things, got to get these teas in. But just before we do, I had a message from a listener called Dermot. He says, "Hi everyone at Tilton Talk. Hope everyone is all good. I've been a Blue Nose since 1968. Don't get to matches much nowadays, but was so fortunate to bring my partner Eileen down from Scotland for her home match against Northampton last November. We had a great weekend, only spoilt by Northampton's 97th minute equaliser. My world totally collapsed last Wednesday after Eileen passed away after a short illness, a massive stroke that had devastated myself and her family. We're so heartbroken and still think it's been all a dream. I'm a regular listener to the best football chat show and would be so appreciative if you could possibly mention a brief tribute to Eileen, who was my partner for the last 6 years. If you could possibly mention Eileen, Chris, that would be lovely. Keep right on." That's from Dermot. Lovely.
God bless you, Eileen.
Yeah,
and our condolences and love to all your family, Dermot, as well. And keep right on, mate.
Absolutely.
Keep smiling, mate, through the hard times as well as the good.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah.
So,
keep it on, Dermot.
Absolutely. Okay. I don't know where Craig's gone.
My camera, for some strange reasons, just switched off, so I'm just rebooting it.
Okay.
Hey. Okay then. So I'm gonna do the. They don't play for Barnet, but here's the Barnet. So we can have this first. So
I thought you'd say Wigan. Carry on.
just for
somebody
you,
do
we'll
something
say
about him,
we're
please.
gone. Okay, there you go, Mark. There's your funny little bit of the show.
That was it, Mark. All right.
You get tumbleweeds. You get tumbleweeds on Zoom.
Has anybody got these pictures on their phone so you can show me? It's very hard this
Go on,
without
Craig.
seeing the pictures.
I'm waiting for Chris to show him, and then I'll put them on.
Okay, oh, you must be a bit behind because they're on now.
In fact, hang on a minute, because these.
I know. I think I know who they both are.
Yeah.
Too bright, can't see.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
not.
he's not going to. Nah, forget it. You can't play this game, all right?
Okay.
Are we allowed to say, or should we wait for the viewers?
I wanted to see if anybody gets these, actually.
I won't say anything then, yeah? I don't know who they are, obviously, but I won't play until people have had a go.
I'll have a look on YouTube if somebody looks on Facebook. And
So we've got Mark Dennis or John Frayne. Dennis being number 1.
Ooh, no.
Ian Clayton has said he's number 2, Kenny Lowe, or Paul McCarthy. Sorry, has said
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. We've got a famous
We've
listener.
got all the celebs watching.
Right, we have indeed.
We could put him on the wing.
Visks on YouTube has got number 2.
Jason Hughes has said, is it Mike Taylor?
Correct. Visk and whoever that was, yes. Number 2 is Mike Taylor.
Nobody has said who I think number 1 is yet, so...
Okay.
Chris Burke from Ian Clayton for number 1.
No.
I'm so dying to say it.
It's not Bruce Lee. No, don't say it. Don't say it. I think you've got it, Paul. I can tell by the smirk.
Well, I might be wrong.
It's not Mark Dennis. No. Oh, no, it's not. No.
It's David Oldsworth or David Burrows from Fraser Higgins.
No. No.
Shall I have a go now?
Oh, God. Go on then, Paul.
Do I think it's a very young, and as he just broke into our team, Andrew
No.
Johnson? Not AJ?
No.
Can I have another look?
Oh, can I have a go? Is it Andy Legg?
No.
Cochrane?
No.
Cochrane?
No.
Is it? I can't even see it.
It's a bit of a trick one, this is. Okay, I'll let you know. It's a bit of a trick one.
A trick one?
Yeah.
Is it a woman?
What era are we talking, Chris?
No,
what years?
Not long ago. A few seasons ago. That's all I'm going to say.
Greg Stewart.
No. It's not Chris Burke
Bill
either.
says, is it Ricky Otto?
It's not Sheffrey.
He was at St Andrews, wasn't he? Last
Nice Leyton Orient game, yeah.
Yeah, he came out, didn't he? Yeah.
And can I just say, Tilton Talk, we got Player of the Day on Saturday.
Oh, well.
So obviously it was a good old goalkeeper that joined us a few weeks ago, where we did say we would try and get him down to St Andrews as fan of the day, and it happened. So we know that people do listen for the club. So well done to everybody on here.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Oh, that's great news, that is, yeah. No, it's not Chris Burke. It's not Jurassic. It's not Colin.
Ian Clayton says, is it Lovencrantz?
No.
Fraser Higgins, Gary O'Connor.
No.
Ian Clayton's going again with Wade Elliott.
No. No. No one's going to get this.
Jason Hughes, I don't think it's Billy Adebola, no.
No.
It's not Michael Morrison, is it?
No, Steve Bruce. Mike Taylor's the second one, by the way, for people who...
It's obviously a blonde player, isn't it? It's not Simon Marsh.
Brock Madsen.
Only a few seasons ago, he played for us.
Who said it had to be a player?
Ooh.
No.
Gary Monk.
No.
Not Rowett.
No. Oh, nearly that. No. Oh, no, Mrs. It's not
Chris.
Obrey, is it?
No,
When he said nearly, who you say up to?
I'm not saying anything. It's clues all the time, he does.
It's not
Oh,
Lee
there we
Bowyer.
go. Somebody's got it. 2 people have got it now. 3 people have got it now on YouTube. It was, in fact, Harry Redknapp.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Well done, PW. Well done, Andy Hill and Bridget Mills. It is. It's Redknapp. Sorry, it was a bit.
And I will
I
say,
cheated a
Ian
little bit there.
Clayton,
didn't I?
we actually say on the show that the people with the Barnets are quite famous in terms of players. So please do not say Robe again.
Now, Craig,
No.
good result yesterday for the women, Craig, at Blackburn.
Yeah, and not just a good result at Blackburn, but the Lionesses slipping up as well was perfect for us. So, a brace from Lucy Quinn yesterday took us to a 2-0 win up at Blackburn, which helped to take us actually now 3 points clear at the top of the table. Now, the London City Lionesses do have a game in hand. However, our goal difference is quite substantial as well. So it's a really good position to be in going into to the next few games, 3 of which are still to be played at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. But, God, how this is teed up now. Our last game of the season is London City Lionesses at St Andrews. It could well, the way it's going, end up being a promotion decider. But we're not thinking that far ahead because at the end of the day, Amy says the same as Chris does, which is we only look at the next game in front of us. So the next game is, in fact, not this weekend, coming the weekend after, 16th of March. It is at St Andrews at Knighthead Park against Southampton. Southampton, who are managed by an ex-Birmingham player, but are in, not a fight. They're in a reasonable position to stay in the league. So it's going to be an interesting one where we need the 3 points to get it over the line. Now, as always, we're saying people come down, support the ladies. They need us. They need the backing. If there are people out there that have clubs, associations, schools, or football clubs, and they want to come down and see the ladies play, is an opportunity to do so. Get in touch with me, and we'll see what we can do in terms of arranging for people to come down to the game, and some tickets can be made available for it. The idea is we get as many people through the door supporting the ladies as possible, and we've said it before, say it again. It's not the same as a men's game. It doesn't attract the same audience. A ladies' game attracts the families, but it is a good family day out. And, we're in a really good position. Want to continue to push on now, secure that one and only space into the ladies' WSL. Now, also look at it this way. On Friday, there's an important vote that's also taking place. That vote is around how the leagues will continue over the next few seasons, to the point that they're actually talking about no relegations from the WSL. That is the vote that will take place. And that will take effect from, I believe, the 2026 to 27 season. So there is no better opportunity to get up there now and stay in that league. The idea of that is no relegations, but people will still be promoted so that they expand the size of the leagues, increase the amount of revenue and input that's put into the ladies' game. And then, like I say, there's a vote on that on Friday. I think that's going to be key for us. But we're really, really in a good position, and a team that are thriving on a lot of confidence at the moment. And again, I want to say, I want to get to the end of the season. I want to do a double promotion. I think it'd be absolutely superb for the club. And it will just then give us the opportunity to invest the way that we need to in the Women's Super League and push on, because there's no reason we can't do what Man City have done. There is no reason we cannot do what Chelsea have done. There's no reason we can't do what Arsenal have done. We have fantastic backers, and they'll support us. Ironically, if the way things continue the way they are, we could get promoted, and those of us over at B6
I was just
who
going
are
to say that,
struggling
mate, yeah.
massively could be relegated. So double celebration plus a relegation party. Hey, come on, that really could be on the cards.
Well, very good, very good. And Chris, I believe you want to test our football.
Oh
knowledge.
yes, because we've got no who this week, so we're going to alternate it from week to week. I've got a panel game here for you four.
Go on, then.
6 questions. If you know the question, shout it. You know the answer. Sorry, you know the
Who's
answer.
fastest finger first, basically?
Yeah, but okay. So here we go. Question 1. In 2016, England and Scotland were handed fines for FIFA for wearing what on their shirts?
Poppies.
Armbands.
Oh, it was Alan there. Well done, Alan.
Poppies.
Oh, was it you? Was it Mark? Mark, you can have that one.
It was Mr. Chairman. No, don't
It was Mr. Chairman. I know. Yeah, it was.
Okay. You finished the question.
Okay,
Question
Mr.
two,
Chairman.
please,
Okay,
Chris.
here we go. Question 2.
Yeah.
With which pop band does the Accrington Stanley share its name?
Pop
Who?
band.
The who? As in, who are they? Who are they? No, that's all.
Atomic Kitten.
No.
Tommy Kitten. Where's that come from?
I don't know. Just
Can you repeat the question?
Here's a question again. With which pop band does the Accrington Stanley Stadium share its name?
Oh, stadium.
Yeah.
What's it
on the
bloody called?
stadium. Sorry, I thought you meant. It's not Atomic Kitten then.
No.
Oh, what's it called? Been there loads of times.
The Cure.
No.
Clash.
You're just rolling them off now, aren't you, Mark?
I'm getting desperate.
Not Blur, is it, or Oasis?
No. Think more 80s, 90s, 70s. No, 80s, 90s.
I don't know.
I am a man.
Wow.
Well done, whoever got that.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that the Wham Stadium?
Wham Stadium, I know.
It's what?
Wham
The Wham
Stadium.
Stadium?
Wham Stadium.
Wow.
Not when I
Think
was
I'm
there.
What if they played at home last Christmas?
Oh, dear.
They might have done. That's just Careless Whisper.
Oh!
Oh, no. I can feel the last
Ladies
15
and
coming
gentlemen, it's Tilton Talk Show.
on. Question 3. Aguero scored the winning goal as Man City won their first Premier League title in 2012. Who provided the assist, being his only assist in the whole? Well done.
Balotelli.
Who got that first, Paul?
Me.
Oh,
There was only one person shouting that one out.
It's quite even then, so it's one each, isn't it? So, yeah, okay. What is the name of the cup that Italy won when beating England at the 2020 Euros? Ooh.
The cup.
Ooh, what's the cup? What was the cup called? The trophy, really, I suppose.
the Henri Delaunay.
Well done, Alan.
Thank you.
There you go.
Alan's going to end up being the most intelligent person.
I've got to ask, Alan, how did you know that?
Well,
He's
how
got
do I
it-
know
he's
it's?
got it tattooed on
How
his
do I know it's Monday? It's just one of them things I know.
Okay, there's
Henri
two
Delaunay
Impressive, that is.
two
was the
questions.
president of the French FA, who instigated the European Championship, and they named the tournament after him.
Well done. I didn't know.
1960.
Ian Clayton, was it Balotelli? If I never said it enough.
Okay, 2 questions left. Question 5. Wayne Rooney scored the last goal at which stadium in 2017 before it was demolished?
Ooh.
Griffin Park.
No,
Upton Park. West Ham.
no,
No.
no.
Spurs.
Well done,
Oh.
Tottenham.
White Hart Lane. Cartier.
Wow.
Has it been that long? Jeez.
Oh, no, that's really scary.
2017.
It took them 3 years to build the new one.
Yeah, I suppose it is. And the last question, you'll have to be quick on this one. How many trophies did Tottenham win in the 2010s?
None.
Well done.
2. Oh.
None. So
Can you name the two? Can you get
none.
name the two, Mark?
When was the Atomic Kitten Challenge?
What was the Audi Cup, weren't it? You included the Audi Cup. That was a pre-season.
Audi Cup, yeah. So I think Alan had 2 and Craig had 2 there.
And I did. I had
Yeah,
Balotelli.
I'm called as,
I think we all
The
did.
only person that didn't get a question right
Was Mark?
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well done.
I thought it was a draw, to be honest. I think we all did well. Round of applause, everyone.
I reckon we should have a sudden death question if we're all on two.
All right. Okay, then. Here we go. I'll get your bell ready for this as well.
Rob, you got to sit this out, Rob.
Right, I'm going to pick a really hard one.
I'll show you first.
Oh, that's a good one. No, that one's too easy. No, I'm going to give you a hard one. Right. Which? Oh, he's a good one. Which popular TV game show host was a professional footballer for Brentford?
Bradley Walsh.
Well done. Is that Paul? Well done, Paul.
I'm impressed.
Paul is this week's winner.
Yes, 1-0 to me. 1-0, 0-0.
1-0.
Including Claire and Mark Meredith in that as well.
Yeah. Fantastic. There
They
we go.
got to buy until the next round.
Yeah.
So Paul is top of the
relegated.
leaderboard.
We've always wanted to say it. There's a reason to kick him off the show. That's it. Chris, come on, let's get rid.
And that's all the fun stuff. Wait, Chris, yeah?
It is, that's it.
Can anybody name the picture behind me and who painted it?
Is it Matchstick Men? And I can't see it. Is it Lowry?
It's a Lowry, but what is it called? I'll take it. Whoops. Take it a bit closer.
Is it called? I can't see it.
Oh, I know what that is. That's the factory thing.
What's it called?
That's the question.
Called a view from Tilton. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not Matchstick. It's not Matchstick.
No, it's not Matchstick.
Not Matchstick Man. No.
No.
Is it called Rainy Day at Lord's?
No, you've got. There's part of that answer that is correct. It's not Matchsticks.
I ain't got a clue.
It's called Going to the Match, and the ground you can see there is Bolton.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
You remember their old ground? You had a big car park in front of it.
Yeah.
Burn Park.
Those people are walking on that because when it was painted, there weren't any cars.
I wonder if they'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, well.
Are there any others
Is he all right?
What's going to Bolton tomorrow night? I can't make it.
I can't get time off, to be honest.
I guess Claire's going.
Yeah.
Chris, I can't thank you enough for that bit of information you gave me the weekend. It's wonderful. No. Why haven't I been watching it on there before?
Anyway,
that piece of information is probably widely in circulation.
Don't tell.
I'm in Crossroads on ITV.
Yeah. Go on, Paul.
I touched upon our best top three centre halves, didn't I, not so long ago? Partnerships. And I just want to, maybe make it a regular thing. Top three ever. We'll go for right wingers tonight. What do you think? Our top three ever right wingers. I appreciate again that it's a generational thing. So
I'll start generational thing with Mike Hallowell.
Is he your number one, Al?
He's in the top three. I would have. I can think a couple of better than him, but he's certainly in the top three. He was England international. He was like the proverbial off a shovel, and was a proper winger.
So is he number 1, 2, or 3? I'm asking you what's your top three? If you had to grade them as 1 to 3,
I would certainly throw the Scotsman. What's his name? I forget people's names when I get asked.
Burke. Chris Burke.
Chris Burke. Definitely. Really? He's one in there. And I'm trying to think of the other one.
Who's the chap we
Let
had?
me ever think about the third one.
The 70s, the 70s team. What was his name now? We had him on.
Alan Campbell.
No, he was a good winger.
Yeah, he was 7, but he was more of a midfielder.
Head of the FA Union.
Oh, Gordon Taylor.
Gordon Taylor. He was a good winger.
But he was again more left than right.
Yeah.
me, I'd have to go Larson. This is in my lifetime.
Larson, yes.
Larson, I'd have to go Larson number 1. I'd have to go Jermaine Pennant number 2, and I'm torn on number 3. I've got to go for Dev. I think number 3, Paul Devlin.
Yeah.
But I agree that Chris Burke was excellent. Louis Donald I used to love as well when I was a kid.
Oh, I love Louis. Yeah.
Gary McSheffrey's got to be around there as well.
He was left though. He was left. We had Larson on the right in McSheffrey's team, Craig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I don't know. I'm trying to think who else in our time. We've had a lot of good right wingers, haven't we, over the years?
Yeah.
Redmond. Winger.
Nathan Redmond played down the right at times. He was more.
Yeah.
I don't think he was really with us that long though, was he? To be in this chat, to be honest.
Damari Gray.
No.
This is just purely right wingers, by the way.
Oh, right. Oh, just right wingers. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Burke was like a throwback to the old traditional winger, wasn't he? He was just he was like predictable, but no one could stop him. You knew what he was going to do, but nobody could stop him.
I think for me,
step over. It's hard to say, isn't it? I definitely have Devlin up there as well, because Devlin chipped in the goal as well, didn't he?
Devlin was a great player.
Was Seb on that? Seb left. Seb Larson.
Seb Larson was right. I haven't said John McCarthy either. He was good as well.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put him in the top 3. And Mick Greaves has gone for Alan Ainscough, Chris Burke, and Stan Lazaridis, who was left.
Stan's left, yeah.
3, Mick, because Stanley was on the left.
We had some good wingers, left and
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll do. Well, maybe we'll do left another time,
Yeah.
Do left next week, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Or I might go for another position,
So the bishop to the bar,
Yeah.
I came into contact with Seb Larson. I was trying to cross the road on the crossing in Alton, put the one step in the road, and there was a screech of brakes. And I obviously turned towards him and was about to tell him what kind of person he was. And I suddenly realised it was Seb Larson.
Really?
Oh, hello.
So there's a claim to fame. You nearly got run over by Seb.
I nearly got run over by Seb Larson.
I was waiting for the punchline, I was.
I tell you what, to be honest, I was looking at his missus more than him.
Oh, yeah. I bet he was as well.
I don't know whether anybody's noticed then. Did you actually look like Alan actually looked around the room to make sure his wife wasn't around when he said that?
Yeah. She can hear me, I don't mind.
What are you doing over there?
Seb Larson was her favourite as well.
Yeah. We've even had right backs play right mid as well, haven't we, at times on the right wing? I mean, God bless him, Jerry Gill.
Jerry,
being left out for John McCarthy when obviously, but at times Nicky Eden went right mid, didn't he? When all that during that Worthington Cup run, Jerry Gill was back and Nicky Eden was right wing, wasn't he? Got quite well as well. But I honestly think that now he's starting to get assists and goals. I think Laird could be good in that position if required. He could play to the right of the front three.
Yeah.
And he could maybe put a new right back in and play Laird further forward. What do you think? Yeah,
I like the idea of him bombing forwards. There's still that little niggling thing that if he could whip in a ball, I think it'd be absolutely phenomenal if he could whip in a ball first time.
Oh yeah,
an early ball, yeah.
Yeah, he's got better though, Craig. It has improved.
Oh, it's going 1,000 times better than where he was, and also puts himself into those goal scoring opportunities now. Which, I mean, God, we were crying out for it at times. Well, come on, shoot, and he always would pass it back, but instead now he gets himself bombing forwards. I mean, the problem I'm having at the moment is trying to calm Claire down every time he gets near the goal.
Good show, Steve McDowell, actually. He was the right winger when I started going, Steve Wigley.
Yeah, good one.
And Ian Rogerson as well, we haven't said.
Rogerson,
yeah, former guest.
Yeah.
Have we said Jermaine Pennant, have we?
Yeah, I said Jermaine. I had Jermaine Pennant. I did.
Was that with or without his...
Both. With and without.
Slowed him down a bit. He'd be a good guest, Steve, would you know, actually?
Yeah, he would. He was a good player, wasn't he? Was good.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting,
very skillful.
Interesting hour and a half with him. Ooh.
Yeah. It'd be a good show that if we could get him on.
Yeah. Come on, Craig.
Yeah.
We've tried. I have tried.
Not hard enough, obviously.
Notoriously hard to get a hold of.
Yeah. Any news on our very special guest that we might be having soon?
Very special guest has been reached out to again to say, please hurry up and say yes to being a special guest.
Yeah.
However, I am also working on something which, if we can pull it off near the Wembley final, will be a very, very, very good show.
Excellent.
Some people have said Jose Dominguez.
Yes, Jose.
Yeah, of course.
He was right wing.
Any more left though?
He was more left, I think.
Yeah. Because Louis Donovan was down the right then.
And Gordon Astle has been mentioned as well. Obviously before my time, but I don't know which side he would have played on.
Gordon Astle. I don't know. That's an Allen job, I think.
Didn't Jonathan Hunt play down the right a few times?
Yeah, Gordon Astle, yes, he did play on the right. Also played on the left, but the first league game I ever saw, he scored a wonder goal from the right wing against the Baggies. He was right, and he had a rocket of a shot on him.
And another one for your unfortunate, I've got to say, era hero, but Alex Govan.
I didn't see him. Goodness me.
No, I mean in terms of positioning.
I'm trying to think. I think he was in the cup final. He certainly played on the left.
So, Jason Hughes has actually clarified one of the points that I raised earlier. So, thank you, Jason. It's actually Blues, PSG, and Liverpool are the only teams with a 10-point or more gap to second place in the leagues.
Yeah. In Europe it is, isn't it?
Okay. Fair enough.
Does that mean we can sign Mbappe next year?
Yeah. And get Jude back.
Yeah.
Jude back. Oh no, because Mbappe's got. Yes, he don't play for PSG anymore, does he now? Yeah.
No.
Paul Ian Clayton has said we've gone for best winger. What about the worst one?
Oh, right winger, worst right. Oliver Burke. Oliver Burke.
Ian said Jesper Kroenke.
Yeah.
Breck Shea. Breck Shea again.
Breck Shea, Oliver Burke. I don't know. You have to think long and hard, don't you? We've had some bad ones.
We have. How many bad ones have we had that have gone on to be good?
Not many, I don't think.
Really?
We had one.
No.
I don't think we've had one.
Is that saying we're a graveyard?
We are for some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of any players that have gone and we've gone, oh, why did we let him go?
Well, obviously, Jude Bellingham.
Apart from the ones that we had to let go, because that was really monetary.
Probably, you know what? Probably Dan Burn. I don't think Dan Burn was great when we had him. He was a bit of a cart horse. He's gone on to.
I agree with you, Ro. I never rated Dan Burn at all.
He was terrible.
No. Him and Bartley, I thought were all right together. No,
I thought he was just slow and cumbersome. And,
a bit of a donkey, wasn't he?
Half the time.
Donkey.
And he's turned from a cart horse into a dove.
Ian Clayton's definitely on a mission this evening because he said that this season we've racked off the league by spending millions on players. He reckons that Blues are going to announce Messi next season just to rack off the championship.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I've just thought of one. Steve Finnan.
Good shout. Yeah.
Steve Finnan, yes.
He left us and went on and won the Champions League.
Won everything, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He turned into a great right back, didn't he, at Fulham and Liverpool after he went for He wasn't really given a chance for us. He was only a kid, wasn't he, through the academy, and we let him go, didn't we? I think we signed Gary Rowett, and he was never going to get in then, was he?
Yeah.
In terms of players that we've let go and then wondered why, I think this is a great one by Ian because he's turned around and said Andrew Johnson.
Yeah,
he went on to massive things after he left.
That was a weird one.
Everton, did you go Everton, Crystal Palace? Yeah.
Crystal Palace.
He got a cap. He got an England cap as well, didn't he?
Yeah, got a cup.
He's still a hero there. He's still a hero at Palace.
I went to a forum with Steve Bruce and he openly admitted that he messed up. He did mess up. Although Clinton did well for us and scored some big goals, he just messed up with AJ. He shouldn't have let AJ go because him and Heskey would have been a great partnership, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or him and we did get Forsell though instead.
Yeah.
But AJ, obviously, the form AJ was in then, they would have made Forsell and AJ together would have been even better. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I was always sorry to see DJ go.
Damian Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Campbell.
DJ Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to Blackpool, didn't he? And he was in their promotion side, and he did well for them. I just thought he scored goals, and
I didn't know if you meant Damian Johnson then, or DJ Campbell, or the DJ in the stadium or the car park on a match day.
Well, you can certainly the DJs in the car park in the stadium. You could let them go anytime.
You got to get down with the kids.
Bring back Pete Murray.
Who did he play for?
Predictions tomorrow night, Bolton away, and Saturday, Lincoln at home. So I'll start us off. I think tomorrow night we'll get a hard-fought 1-0 win at Bolton, and on Saturday I think we will win 2-0 against Lincoln. Craig?
Yeah, I think 1-0, definitely hard-fought 1-0 tomorrow. Saturday, I just fancy us to score a few against Lincoln. I just think could be 3, 4. So I'll put it in the middle. We'll go with 3-0 Birmingham.
Okay, Rob.
I've got a funny feeling tomorrow might be a draw. Because Bolton are in a bit of form now. We haven't got a brilliant record up there, have we? So yeah, it won't be the end of the world. We'll still be champions. I'm going to go 1-1 tomorrow, and then I think we'll win 3-1 on Saturday against Lincoln.
Have we not won the last couple of times at Bolton? Can't remember.
Have we? Can't remember.
I went under Monk when Djukovic scored and we won 1-0. I can't remember last time we played there. We played there.
I don't think we've played them since. They've been in the Dolphins.
Yeah.
League 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean they've got a chance to play. If they win, they could get into the playoffs, couldn't they? Into the top 6.
They're 2 points behind the playoffs.
Yeah, scrape into the top 6.
So yeah,
I just think they'll be up for it. I mean, you can't say about their support because it's normally lousy up there, isn't it? Their home support. So, but yeah, I've got a funny feeling it might be a battering, bit of a draw.
Good away day, Bolton. It's a nice stadium, and they're not bad people up there. They've had better times as a club, haven't they? Obviously,
they're not
massive
a bad
club.
bunch,
Yeah,
they're not a bad club, Bolton. They're welcome there, don't they? When you go there and stuff. So,
absolutely,
been there a couple of times, and I've always enjoyed my day out there. And both times I went, we won as well, so it's even better.
Yeah,
Alan.
Well, I'll tell you what. We've mentioned that we've played 2 games where the team coming to us are going to, they're going to give us a game. Well, neither have done that, and Leyton have lost since we beat them. They lost again on Saturday, and that we've done that to a few sides where they're on a bit of form. We've put them in the place, and then they've done nothing for another month. And I suspect it will happen with Bolton as well. We'll beat them 1-0, and then Bolton they'll look on that as too big a setback. And on Saturday, I'll fancy us. I'll go 3-0.
Yeah, there we go, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game as well. So I'm going to go 3-0.
What, tomorrow? Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
And Saturday?
I'll probably just nick it 1-0.
Do you think we'll score more at Bolton than at home to Lincoln, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way it'll do, won't it? As long as we
it's a win. Win's win, isn't it? Yeah.
Paul McCarthy has said tomorrow 1-1, Saturday 3-0. Mick Greaves has said tomorrow 1-1 with Alfie May scoring the goal. Ray Cornish 2-0 tomorrow and 3-0 on Saturday. I think that's all I've seen so far coming through. Yep.
There we go.
Okay. Is that full time?
It is. There we go. Yeah. Full time. It's.
Well, how quickly
that orders, please.
Wow.
That absolutely flew by.
Incredible.
So we've been the Tilton Talk Show. It's good night from me, Paul Hipkiss, and good night from Mark Adams.
It's good night for me this week, and it's a good night from Craig.
This week. I mean, yeah. So I want it to be a permanent good night. So it's a good night for me. Don't forget, any tickets for the ladies' game, please get in touch and watch out for a really good away end with our friend from Ryan from Bolton. So that'll be up shortly. And over to the chairman.
Good night, everybody, and looking forward to this week. We're all impatient. I think that's the truth. We want this season to be over, and the trophy's on the shelf, but you'll have to be patient. God bless and good night.
And we're proudly sponsored by AMG Logistics as well. And last but not least, it's good night from Chris Brown.
And I'm off to buy some of the drugs that Robe's on. And it's a good night from me.
Rogues, David.
Night all.
Not buying them.
Good night.
Good night, all.
Just play Rogue's wake-up call.
That's my alarm clock. Have you seen all the Wembley stuff in the shop?
No, I think Robe's wake-up call is, come on, ladies, let's slap out.
Should all go on Claire's head doing masks of Robe on. You know what them?
You're supposed to remember them for good reasons when you go on a hen do, not scare people off.
We can all wear always blue t-shirts.
I didn't know Robe was having a Hindu.
Robe,
No.
have you seen the new flag yet?
Which one?
The one that says Rogue's not allowed into Wembley. I've bought at least 1,000 of them. I'm giving them away.
I haven't
You
seen
won't,
them.
you won't be able to
They're
give them away.
unofficial.
You won't be able to
You
give them
want to
away.
be careful.
What are you going to get, Robe? What Wembley merch are you getting?
I'm going to get a flag and a hat and a scarf. I'll probably get 2 programmes, one to read and one for best. And then I'll get, I don't know, really.
Paying for one of them.
There's some nice, seriously, there's nice t-shirts in the shop. There's some good stuff.